The producers of Tech AV Learning Aids welcome you to this series on the subject of portable oxyacetylene downstream equipment. This program deals with the pressure regulators associated with oxyacetylene equipment. Pressure regulators are essential devices in all high-pressure gas applications, and it is highly recommended that, for safety, you use only those regulators equipped with 2 pressure gauges. The primary function of a pressure regulator is to reduce cylinder discharge pressure to a safe, practical, and steady outlet or working pressure. There are essentially 3 types of regulator that can be used with oxyacetylene cylinders, namely single-stage, single-stage pressure compensated, and dual or multi-stage regulators. Regardless of which of these 3 types you use, when selecting a regulator, you need to be aware of some important safety considerations. These include manufacturing standards, gas type, cylinder pressure or inlet pressure, and working pressure or outlet pressure. The first consideration when selecting a regulator is the manufacturer's standard. Make sure the regulator you use or buy meets ISO 2503 standards or your local equivalent. The ISO 2503 rating will confirm that the device meets with international safety standards of manufacture. You should be able to locate evidence of the manufacturing standard either stamped into the regulator's body, on a specification decal, or in the printed specifications of the regulator. One should also consider the date of manufacture or the expiry date, which all leading manufacturers will offer in one form or another. According to most codes of practice, regulators that are designed for use with oxyacetylene and are over 5 years old should be replaced. The next consideration is gas type. An oxygen cylinder must be fitted only with an oxygen regulator. The word oxygen should be clearly displayed on the device and upon the gauges. Likewise, an acetylene cylinder must be fitted only with a regulator that clearly states that it is an acetylene regulator. Although the colors blue for oxygen and red for acetylene are commonly used, one must never rely upon this as positive identification, as color codes are not universal. Confusion between regulators can be extremely hazardous. Never use or fit a regulator that cannot be positively identified as to the gas type for which it is intended. The next important selection criterion for a suitable regulator is the inlet pressure rating. A regulator which is to be fitted to a portable cylinder must be capable of withstanding the pressure within that cylinder, which obviously will be the inlet pressure entering the regulator. In the case of compressed oxygen, cylinder pressure is normally between 170 and 200 bars, although 300 bar cylinders may also be encountered in some regions. Acetylene is packaged at between 17 and 18 bars. The maximum inlet pressure rating for any given regulator will be marked somewhere upon the device or stated within the written specifications of the unit. Never fit a regulator if its stated maximum inlet pressure rating is lower than the cylinder pressure rating. The next consideration is the outlet or working pressure range of the regulator. In this example, the figures 0 to 10 on the pressure control knob indicate that this oxygen regulator has a minimum pressure output of 0 bars and a maximum of 10 bars. If the working pressure range cannot be located on the unit, then you will need to consult the manufacturer's specifications for the make and the model in question. For standard oxyacetylene welding and cutting operations, an oxygen regulator with a maximum 10 bar output is considered adequate. In the case of acetylene regulators, these are specifically designed in such a way that they will never exceed a maximum working pressure of 150 kilopascal, that is 1.5 bar. Restricting the working pressure to 1.5 bar is a very definite safety feature of an acetylene regulator, as acetylene, in its gaseous state, becomes highly unstable and extremely dangerous at higher pressures. Even when the pressure adjusting screw is turned all the way in, that is, fully clockwise to its fully open position, no regulator should deliver more than its maximum rated working pressure.